Check 1, 2, check. All right. Sounds like the audio is good. All right, November the 9th, Saturday, a little bit late today, being that it's the Saturday and games already started. It's actually bear with me. I'm just coming home from my basketball tournament. Well, it's not really a tournament. I guess you could say the season has started for my son's rep team. So just coming home and getting ready to see what we got cooking. I know we got a game on right now. Let's take a look and see what that's looking like. And I'll get into what we got for today. And in order for us to get into today, we got to look at yesterday, the results. Uh, Me and Jstar going at it. I take my pick, I put it up against his pick. And it's not really about betting. It's really just to see how much we know about these teams. Like if I'm looking at a team to see if they should cover a spread, whether they should win by 10 or not lose by more than 10. Uh, it forces you to watch the games and to see how these teams start games and end games. You learn a lot. It's not just about winning money. So that's why we do it. We do it to really get some intel on these teams to see how these teams really look and how they play down the stretch, how they start the games, and how they finish the games. So yeah, so yesterday, and really I should be writing these down. Like I said, today was a really rough day for me, like in terms of organizing everything. I was trying to put everything together on my way back. Luckily, because I wasn't driving, so I was able to put this together. Just trying to be consistent. Just trying to be consistent. So yeah, bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. So I'm gonna pull up. I don't even remember. Honestly, I don't even remember who I had yesterday, man. That's what I'm trying to look at right now. So let me see. I got my other device here. Excuse the background noise. It's a truck backing up. So who did I have? Pulling it up right now. Yeah, so I don't even remember what game it was. Like, forgive me, man. Today was so crazy. As soon as I see it all, it'll all come back to me. But today was so crazy. I don't even remember who I had last night. So, all right. So I'm pulling it up right now. Last night. Let's see. So okay. So what do we got here? So last night. Okay, now it's all coming back to me because how could I forget? What happened last night is one of the reasons I'm making a topic today, which is the Sacramento Kings. So we're gonna talk about that. So first of all, shout out to Jstar. He's 2-0. Um, and he's smart. What he did, I think, what did he do first? He went with Milwaukee to cover against Utah, and then he turned around and took New York over Milwaukee the next day. So both, using Milwaukee, whether he's using them to win or using them to lose. So yeah, shout out to Jstar. He's 2-0 so far. So you might want to pay attention to his picks and see what he's doing right. But tomorrow, me and Jstar, we're gonna do a live, and I'm gonna talk to him about the picks that he made and why he made those picks, right? So we'll find that out. But yeah, so he had the Knicks I didn't really watch that game closely, so I don't want to get too far into it, but we'll discuss that tomorrow. But shout out to him. I think the spread was 6.5. Let me just make sure. Let me make sure. Let me put this. Let me pull it up on my other device. But I had the Sacramento Kings last night. They were terrible, and I know. Look, I know I know this was a gamble going for the Sacramento Kings. I'm not really surprised, but it's just watching them play with my own eyes, and the fact that the Clippers really just have James Harden. I don't know how the Clippers are winning all these games that they're winning, anyways, but the Clippers really just have James Harden and Norman Powell. Norman Powell is pretty much averaging 25 points a game, which is pretty decent. But let me see here. So the eighth. Let me just make sure New York covered because I honestly didn't even get to see the. Yeah, so they did cover. New York won that game 116-94. I'm gonna have to watch that game again, and we'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll talk about that win tomorrow for that New York got. Um, so the Kings. Let me look at last night's matchup though too. Uh, Phoenix and Dallas. We had Luka Doncic versus Devin Booker. Right. Close game. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I was watching the game that close. I was kind of in and out. But it was a close game. The Suns pull it out. Let's just look at what we can see. Devin Booker, 13 points, but guess what? 12 assists. And I've seen a lot of Devin Booker, getting his teammates involved. I would say Devin Booker is responsible for feeding his teammates, and that is what makes Phoenix good. They figured out Bradley Beal. I'd never seen him as a point guard. And it's better to say they don't really have a point guard because everybody's capable of passing the ball and moving the ball pretty well. Especially they got Trey Jones, which is I think a good upgrade for them. That's good. That's good. They got Trey Jones, so they actually have a point guard. And at the same time, Booker's doing a lot of facilitating and whatnot. Luka Doncic, 30 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Luka's gonna stuff the stat box, but we gotta get wins. And if you ask me, those um those 12 assists are just as important as the 30-point game, if not even more. Those 12 assists from Devin Booker could be more effective for his team than Luka Doncic's 30 points. You see what I'm saying? And in my opinion, I think that is the case. So even though Devin Booker, and then let's go through the stat line. What did Devin Booker get fully? No, let's go with Luka first. Luka had 30 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, 0 blocks. Went 11 for 25 from the field goal, 5 for 12 from the 3-point, and 3 for 3 from the free throw. One of the things like I'd like to see Luka probably get to the free throw line a little bit more. That I think, and you know what, he's probably pretty banged up. So I'm pretty sure he has his reasons why he's not trying to get into the paint like that. Devin Booker, 13 points, 12 assists, 6 rebounds, didn't get any steals or blocks. Shot 5 for 13 from the field goal, went 1 for 8 from the 3-point, and 2 for 2 from the free throw. So if you look at Devin Booker, you could see 5 for 13 from the field goal, and 1 for 8 from the 3-point. Tells me that he was having a bad shooting night. So why not get other guys involved, right? He did get a -17, but still, I think that those 12 assists are vital. And if you watch the game, I'm pretty sure that is the reason that helped them get their win over the Dallas Mavericks. So I'm gonna give it to Devin Booker today, man. I think he won the player matchup. Uh, yeah, from last night between him and Luka Doncic, in my opinion. So yeah, so talking about the Sacramento Kings, man, I really don't think they should be so bad. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Why are the Sacramento Kings so terrible, man? Like they just looked terrible last night. I don't know what to say about it. Uh, like is I think yeah, okay, the Clippers. Well, the Clippers are 5-4, so it's not like they're doing that much damage. But the Sacramento Kings just look terrible. No defense. Even their offense was lacking. I mean, if it's one thing if your defense is not good, but at least your offense should be like good, mid to good, you know. But both didn't look good at all. And I think I don't see it getting any better for Sacramento. Like I think DeRozan, like I really had high hopes for DeRozan, but a lot of people said that DeRozan, the ball, you know, he's a ball. He's not a. I don't want to say ball hog, but he gets stuck with the ball in his hands a lot. And I think Sacramento is the type of team where the ball should be moving and it should be moving fast. But DeRozan, like he dribbles the ball a lot, and I don't know how they're gonna fix that issue. You see, when teams, I know that management. I always say this, like I don't get paid millions of dollars to put teams together, right? But some things are obvious. We all know that DeRozan likes to have the ball in his hand, and I'm pretty sure the staff would know that, and the people who put the team together already know this. So, what was their plan to make it work with DeRozan? Right? What was their plan? I don't see it right now. Right? I don't see how the ball's gonna move the way it needs to if DeRozan's not willing to, you know, give up the ball. I mean, I get it. Sometimes DeRozan's good on the ice, so you're gonna have times where you're like, okay, DeRozan, we need you to get a bucket, and that's great. But sometimes the ball needs to it needs to move, or most of the time, in my opinion, the ball needs to move. And Sacramento at their best, when they play their best, is when when there's a lot of ball movement. That's what I definitely remember with Sacramento at their best. So if they could get back to that, and if DeRozan could buy in when it comes to swinging that rock, I think Sacramento will have a better chance. But right now they look terrible, in my opinion, man. They look terrible. So yeah, so that's all I got for that. But going into tonight, I guess you could say it's a Raptor night tonight because Uh, the player watch is going to be Grady Dick. We're going to be watching Grady Dick, a player who I had high expectations, and since the first day I seen Grady Dick, I knew he'd be something. And the first time I seen him, I think this was before, you know, way before the draft. I think Portland was projected to pick around where he would where he was to be picked. So I thought, you know, I never thought we'd get our hands on him. So the fact that we got Grady Dick and he's doing a little bit better than what I expected at this point in time. He's a little bit early. But he definitely looks like he'll be a guy who can produce for the Raptors, and I think he's going to be a big threat. A guy who could score 20 points, maybe even 5 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, maybe a block here and there, and be efficient, decent playmaker, could put the ball on the floor. He's a big guy too. So I like Grady Dick, man. I really like Grady Dick. So we're going to watch him tonight, see how he does. And at the same time, we're going to double back. We're going to spin the block, and we're going to go up against the Clippers again. And I want my Raptors to give me some get back right now. I need my Raptors to what is it? Well, as long as they don't lose by 6, this +6. So if the Raptors I want the Raptors to win though. But if the Raptors lose by no more than 6 points, no more than 5 points, then I should be good. And I'm going up against Jstar, who has the San Antonio Spurs tonight at home. Are they at home? Yeah, I believe they're at home versus the Utah Jazz. That should be a decent game to watch. A lot of young guys. So it's going to be a lot of up and down. So I'm going with the Raptors visiting LA for my get back. The Raptors got +6, but I want them to win the game. That's what I'm expecting for the Raptors, so I could get my get back tonight. And I'll be watching that game closely. Jstar is going with the San Antonio Spurs. Uh, by 7 points. They got to win by 7. So, and they're at home against the Utah Jazz. All right. So that's all we got for tonight. We'll catch y'all tomorrow, and y'all have a good one.